Is this are you a homunculus? Or are you some other type of golem?
Okay, there goes the entire plan.
What is a plan?
Very impressionable one, that one there.
Yes, he's very new to being living. I'm sorry, you said memory bullshit?
We appear to be, in your memory somewhere, burning towers. Anyway.
Sorry, burning towers. This tower's not on fire. And I've been working in here for... He kind of puts
We go backward in your memory
then
now.
it might have been a different tower.
He puts a hand to his head, kind of rubbing it. Just, how long have I been here again? You have been here exactly... Cannot remember exactly. This one has been alive for exactly 327 cycles.
Let's make this a little bit simpler then, so everyone's on the same page. What's the last thing you remember about a man called Erebus?
His face goes dark. Not hatred or anger or anything like that. More dark in the sense of best feeling you can get. Like he failed. We left him to try and make it to where the corruption wouldn't spread as much. It started spreading exponentially and we couldn't stop it.
The corruption.
Yes, the corruption.
We've been fighting the corruption all the way here to try and get to whatever this might be. Are you to say that you are indirectly or one way or another responsible for it?
Responsible for holding it. Well, I guess I shouldn't say I have my manners. My name is Morin.
I suppose we should start that way. Aishah Vir'Thyra. Good to make your acquaintance, Morin.
Gonna make your acquaintance.
My name is Oleander.
Like the flower?
Yes.
Aishah's gonna pull her hood down so she's a little bit less threatening to this guy.
He looks over at you, Vir, and kind of like stares for a moment. Not fear, not anger, like you're used to, more of reminiscence.
Her brow would just furrow.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to stare, ma'am. You reminded me of a friend.
She just raised her eyebrows. Haven't got that one before.
I mean, kindred spirits after all. Who would want to treat a half-elf and a dark elf with respect, am I right?
Fair point.
Okay. So we did come from the same place.
I mean...
Fuck those people.
How? I'm sorry, this should be the... You're... Where are you from? What year is it, I should say, actually?
Don't know and don't know. We are from... Well, I believe all of us are from the Prime Material to begin with, but... We ended up here through unknown means.
I'm from Sparta!
You're from...
That one traveled in on a horse and cart, and I still don't know how.
Hang on, you're from... Where again, sir?
Sparta! At, the mechanical continent.
So they actually got that moving?
Yeah. What, do you not trust gnomish engineering?
Oh, no, I trust gnomish engineering. I just... With everything going on, I did not think that they would have been able to get it done.
Well, can I just have Gerkin rattle out what year it is?
Oh,
or is that not a thing I'm allowed to do?
Do you want to know what year it is?
Sure. The last year Gerkin remembers, being insane.
Oh, let's see. The last year I remember was 4036. I think that's what it was. Yes. 36, not 35.
Everyone else, yeah, that year does not track. 4,000? What? The year was 352 PC.
What did you say, Oleander?
What?
4036.
No.
In what calendar?
The one?
I was wondering if...
Oleander tilts
I was
his
wondering
head.
if you know...
Before what? 4,000 before what? Or after what?
You guys aren't used to 4,000s? What?
Mine's
I didn't-
300 and
I
some
don't-
PC.
PC? What?
What does the PC stand for?
You know, I never asked.
It stands for post-collapse.
Post-collapse? Huh.
And your year, Oleander, has no appendage of that sort?
No.
Are you from pre-collapse then?
Are you from the past?
And where are
Listen,
these
can I- what
interesting
was the
inventions
collapse?
coming from, and why have I not heard of them?
Perhaps they've lost the time. Perhaps the collapse destroyed whatever record of them that there may have been.
I'm not a history buff, I just know what acronyms mean when I see them. I hate not knowing things when I see what they are. That being said, Morin,
Yes.
where do you feel yourself to be right now? We are inside of from what I can gather, a tower made of bone, a tower made of corruption.
No, that tracks.
Yes?
Yes.
Oh, we are on the same page. Okay.
Yes, no, you see, my... well, for lack of a better term, I have no body. What you see before you is merely a soul.
I gathered as much, judging by your signatures. It's much more akin to a spirit than to a living being.
Yes, my body is...
Although I'm sure that's not interesting to you to speak about right now.
I mean, everything is interesting. I mean, for goodness sake, that man's arm is extremely interesting to me. I'm having to resist trying to take it off him and take it apart. He motioned to Gerkin when he was saying that.
Do you...
But no, this is just my soul. My body is... well, last I remember, as you asked before, I was at the chain. I was in the volcano, and I was trying to do what I could to make the corruption, instead of spreading outward, well, flow into me, and flow the corruption as long as I could, at least from that direction. And after a while, I kind of felt my soul being rended from my body. I found myself in...
We're in a volcano, you said?
Yes, a volcano.
Oleander takes out the map.
Is this the map of... Is this roughly...
Oh, interesting. I have a map. Kind of looks at it, thinking for a moment. That's about roughly the distance I would say that it would take on foot to get there. Yes, I'd say that volcano is roughly where my body should be.
Interesting.
Or at least where I remember.
Is there any way to return a soul to a body?
That's a good question.
I feel like that's skipping quite a few necessary questions.
Yes.
We should start closer to... What do you know?
About...
Where we are? Look, the first person we saw here seemed convinced that this was a prison for a demon lord.
That...
I find that a bit far-fetched.
I mean, that tracks. He puts a hand to his head again. I can't remember. Fuck, why can't I remember that? You were there. You were trying to fight them. That child sacrificed himself. What happened next? Fuck!
Okay. There's a lapse in your memory. That is to be expected. Something has rendered you from your natural state. How about this? It was mentioned that Erebus was seen as a...
Demon Lord?
Yes.
He did try to make himself seem as one. Assaulting different places, but never killing. Saving those people. Trying to become a sort of pariah, is that the word? Martyr. Make everyone hate him specifically, and then maybe stuff would get better. People would have to work together.
He wanted people to team up against him to set aside their differences.
Yes, he wanted to try to make the world a better place. Except the dumbass never realized that the places he took over, they always got better. But...
How about you then?
What about me?
Do you think he deserves to be sealed?
No. I mean... we had hoped that, if anything, he would... Well, no. We hoped he would live. That he could make a difference. He wanted to die. Eventually. But... can't remember. Never happened after what I can remember. Well, what I can remember from outside and all that. While we were in here, we wanted to try to get out, I should say. I can't remember why we couldn't. Lack of strength, lack of preparation.
You tried to break your way out of the demon realm, or this, whatever this is. I don't have a name for it. Do you have a name for it?
Dysmorphos, I believe. Is what he was calling it? Yes.
So in attempting to break yourself out of Dysmorphos, you ended up like this?
No, in trying to break out, we found we couldn't, or such. And to try and buy time so that maybe he could figure out a way, or I guess I should say them. I devised a way to bind myself to the chain. Shared it with the others, much to Erebus's dislike, and bound myself to the chain. To buy them time, slow the corruption. If you're here and you're saying that it's some time I don't know, and he remembers 300 and some odd cycles, seems it's been a few hundred years, and no one's been able to break free yet. And new people are somehow getting in here. Still.
Well, what we've been told has been hard to believe at best. The general running assumption is that by breaking the chains, everyone in here would be freed.
That was what we thought as well. It seemed to be a good assumption. The chains are where the corruption stemmed from. Break those and whatever corruption is holding this place together might unravel.
You're saying you tied yourself to one.
Yes, my body.
So does that make you one of the chains?
In a way. My soul, no. My physical form, in a way, yes. What ramifications that would have on the durability or whether or not it can be broken easier is beyond me. That's a good point you bring up, Miss... What'd you say your name was again?
Aishah.
Aishah, yes. The corruption doesn't seem to affect souls. Or at least, from what we saw, it didn't seem like they were affecting souls at all, if at all, I should say. Though the fact I'm having some memory lapses might be that prolonged exposure to it and being apart from my body might have some negative repercussions. But I can tell you without a fraction of a doubt, this form before he was definitely not bound to the chain. That's a wizard's guarantee, the Archmagus, if you will. I do pride myself.
Archmagus, huh?
Yes, I was the Archmagus of the time.
Interesting.
Yes. Is there
We-
at all? Is there?
Lauren,
Yes.
We removed the corruption from.
Are you stuck here? In this tower?
His face falls. Kind of like a bit of a frown. Look at defeat. Yes. And what were you saying, dear?
We removed the corruption from 2 individuals. I point over at the 2 bodies. We're trying to figure out how to help them. Some way of recovering their souls.
Removed corruption. Interesting. We never figured out a way to.
Aishah's going to pick up this person and just kind of slowly take her over.
We never figured out a way to do that. I wonder.
She just kind of sets this person down,
Hmm.
kind of like steady on the feet, and it's just like, while her physical body is here and uncorrupted, her soul is gone.
Hmm.
This is no more a body that is belonging to someone than a skeleton in a grave.
Looks like there's still some growths on her and everything. But
We
yeah.
weren't able to fully erase the corruption, but we were able to transform a monster back into a person, thanks to Dune's magic.
Interesting. It's possible that they may never wake up, or over time the soul might come back.
I find it very unlikely that the soul will ever come back lest we find it, which is why I bring up this proposition. You should have this body.
I should have. Excuse me, what?
You're a soul. This is a husk. I'm as frozen in here. Let's find a way to get you out.
Oh, it's funny you say that. He was an experiment to try and create a body. This one got a soul.
Sure, but you made a body from inside here. It could just not work. But, like I said, she's not going to be needing it anymore.
That's the Oleander move. What's he doing?
Oleander raises a finger.
I do not approve of this.
Why?
This is desecrating the dead.
The dead
Without
don't
their
need their
permission.
bodies. And we don't need their permission.
Let alone the qualm of whether or not the souls would be compatible or anything, which is an entirely separate matter. I think that thinking about this both logically and morally, the better choice is to find his body, and because we have his permission, I assume, well, if we get it, do it to that, and then bring it back.
Oh yes, because that'll be so easy to just to bring his body back. When it's at the root of corruption. Do you think it's just going to be a body? Do you think we're just going to walk into the volcano and pull a corpse out, Oleander?
That wasn't just a body.
My point is that whatever it is going to be far harder to obtain than this corpse that we already have.
He did bring up a valid point.
Morin has far more knowledge than any of us do on this world. He would be an asset and a wonderful ally, as well as the fact that he's been trapped here for over 300 years.
I mean,
Um,
the body is still alive. It's not exactly a corpse.
but he.
It's only
Funnily enough,
it's only alive because we keep it alive at the moment.
but he did actually bring up a good point. Soul resonance. If a soul does not resonate properly with a body, that can and will have negative consequences. So I'd have to see if my soul would even resonate properly with either of these.
All of these are possible pitfalls.
Yes.
I still think we should try it.
However, there is also another option. Does anyone here happen to have any sort of items that can hold a soul within them?
We live. Okay.
Do I? Hold on.
It's just as a possibility in case, these things, I'm sorry, he would not say that. It's a possibility, just in case, well, compatibility.
Of course, of course. Well, I have two guesses. I don't know what your soul is compatible with. So we can start with these. Aishah's just gonna pull out one of the recall crystals and just be like, the nature of this is still unclear to me. She'll hold it out to Morin.
Those? Who made that?
I'm not entirely sure, actually. Was it Jerry?
Yes.
Jill looks at the rest of the
I
party.
do believe so, yes.
What is a Jerry? Who is a Jerry, I should say? But
Jerry's
A
a
little
goblin.
menace is what he is.
He's
Goblin.
wonderful.
A goblin in a maid outfit who can teleport and appear wherever he wants. Yes.
that is interesting.
It's like he phases through the ethereal plane or some shit.
What?
He has a lot of secrets, that one.
You said he...
And he makes these out of shards that we've gathered.
Well, yes,
In-
those,
Dysmorphos.
those are... That is a purified gem of the astral sea. A fragment, if you will.
He makes them out of stones that, like, fall here.
That makes sense. This place is weird, and
Going off of that, it has the potential to carry a lot of magical energy within it. Do you think this could house a soul?
it could not house one, but it could move a soul somewhere. It,
Like out of the tower?
with enough strength and everything, yes. It's very possible, yes, actually. But it would be easier with a one that's not been, well...
A raw shard?
Yes, with a raw shard you could actually control the sort of output better. This looks like it's been specifically modified and
Oh,
combined with
raw shards,
others.
We have some.
Don't we have
We
a
got
raw
some
shard?
in
Yeah,
the-
I don't
on
have
the-
them, but
I
underneath the
have them.
dungeon.
Yes, the raw one would be, well, easier to sort. Well, I say easier, but that's a lie. It's very difficult.
I'm not expecting any of this to be easy.
Yes. There's a lot to take in. Also, set the bodies.
Are we really the first people that have come up here?
Yes, in ever.
Well, I have no qualms with leaving this with you.
The crystal.
Yes, the crystal.
It would be interesting to study. It would give me something else to pass the time. I do have a question, though.
Assuming we can come back in here. Yes.
That is a good question. You might be able to. I don't fully know. How did you all get in here?
The tower or the pocket dimension?
Tower.
I believe we walked.
I
through
got
the-
lost.
We
I have no
walked through
idea.
the
I was
front
just wandering
door.
through the woods, and then I was wandering through the woods in this dimension.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. In the woods. That's fun. Not really, but that's terrifying. But through a door into this tower, so it's got an entrance.
Aye.
Did it not have an entrance when...
It didn't exist before.
Ah,
When my body and soul separated is when I saw this tower being sort of constructed as I was ripped from my, well, form, I believe.
so you don't know about the other towers, do you?
There's more.
4.
No, it didn't.
I'm afraid you're not alone in this, Morin.
Great. Son of a bitch.
If you have an idea of who the others are, I could record a message for you.
No. It'd be pointless. And Fyraga would tell me I'm worrying too much, and the other two, yeah, they made their peace. I just hope they went out together on that. Hate for them to be separated. Nope, I'm not going to think about that. You. He points at Gerkin.
Yes.
What is that?
My arm, or what are you pointing at?
Yes. What is this?
Oh, it's my mechanical robotic arm. I detach my arm and basically move to hand it to him.
Interesting.
Yeah, I built it myself. It's a prosthetic metal arm I built to replace one that I lost while I was working on different mechanics.
You used arcane magic with this as well?
Oh yes. I always integrate
Interesting.
magic into my machines.
It's possible we could actually make something together. Interesting. He is holding that arm and kind of like studying it, and then like looking back over
But
at
he's
the
actually
shard.
holding my arm. He's a spirit.
Yeah,
Great.
He is actually holding the arm. And then he looks back over at the crystal that's that Aishah has, either holding or put down. Back at the arm, just interesting. And you said you had unrefined ones. It is very possible that we could actually collaborate on something. Name.
Oh, sorry. My name's Gerkin.
Gerkin, thank you. Memories are sort of.
No, I never introduced myself. It's fine.
Oh, did you not? I am. Apologies. Here's your arm back.
Ah, thank you. I snap it back on. It instantly animates itself again.
Would you do me a favor? And this is going to sound very weird. I want to see something.
Maybe?
But this way.
I land some point during this.
Oh, you all can come as well. I would like if you would, pit your invention against mine. I am an invention.
Oh, now this is interesting.
Well, I do like testing new inventions.
I thought there was a reason I liked you, Morin.
I'm just gonna walk in with no other statement.
By the way, Oleander, this thing, it looks at you. It does the little round wave again.
Oleander does the wave
This
back.
one likes your face.
Oh, it's not my face, but thank you.
It puts both hands on either side of its face, as if to imitate shock and surprise.
That is adorable.
Love this little
Does it
guy.
do it like slowly?
Yes. Yes. That would be rude to ask, as the books would say. Sorry.
Does your little rubble friend have a name?
He does not. I've been calling him number 2, since he is the second of his kind. But...
You still haven't answered my question. Is he some form of homunculus?
Oh, no, I am so sorry. He's technically a warforged.
Oh, I've seen lots of those.
Yes. And I call him number 2.
Even done some maintenance on a few of them.
Names are hard to really think of and keep, and, well, when you're sealed away in a tower, you try to not name anything lest you accidentally name it after a friend.
Well,
Why not call it rubble?
Rubble?
I was thinking
Yes.
beta. Because usually that's the...
Oh, that sounds too much like an experiment. Come
Oh,
now.
come on, he said it
If he's
himself.
a
It's
rough
an
rouser,
experiment.
if he's a little fighter, I'll give him a rough and tumble name.
It looks at the 2 of you, then it looks to the other 3, just... What do you 3 think?
Well, I always enjoy naming things.
Hmm. Does it bring any of your flowers to mind, Oleander?
Oleander thinks for a moment.
Ooh, what about Larkspur?
It tilts its head.
I like that. It's quite nice.
It resembles the little sticky outy bits.
My listening receptors.
Yes, those.
What about just Lux?
That could be fun, like a nickname.
That also means light in a certain language. Yeah, I don't remember which one, though.
This one shall go by Lux. Or it tries to say what Oleander it cannot remember.
Larkspur.
Larkspur? Larkspur. Fun name.
Oh, this is so much fun.
Time for experiment time. He walks in the room. You are hurt. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much does it hurt? A joke for the longest time.
How much does Bud hurt?
You look injured.
Eh,
This explains why you were floating earlier.
not really. That's my magic boots. Anyway,
Hello, magic boots.
they're not sentient.
Apologies, magic boots.
Oh,
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much does it hurt?
It's 4, 5. Hurt a lot worse earlier. Still a bit sore.
One of its hands glows and it places a hand on you. You'll 16.
That feels better. Still a little sore, but that'll go away in time.
This one is ready for experiment.
Oh right, we're fighting.
Scanning test partner.
All right, old man. Show us what you've got.
Hmm.
An inventor's pride is founded upon the strength of his inventions, no?
Lux designates warrior mode will be suitable to start. Shifting. The crystals glow on it for a moment, and it pulls, from its body, some of its rock, making a rock javelin.
Okay, so it's like half metal, half rock.
Rock and crystal.
Alright. It's a suspicious feeling that this guy is gonna kick my damn ass. And especially since he spawned a javelin, that means he actually can do ranged combat, so just flying away from him isn't going to just be the answer. I am gonna fly, and then I'm gonna pull out my wand of magic missiles and fire a first level spell at him.
Each dart impacts into him, and he
Okay, that's
kinda
gonna be
stumbles a little.
This is gonna be a tough one. That is a lot more health than I do.
This one will have to go for ranged combat. Unfortunate. Throwing javelin.
Ah shit.
The 14 doesn't hit, I don't
Nope.
think. As that passes by, it puts a hand to itself and pulls out another javelin and throws again.
Yeah, saw that coming.
Unfortunately, 12 also doesn't hit.
Yeah.
It's going to walk over here, calculating, shifting, advised. It uses its bonus action, glows, and something happens. Your turn.
I think I'm just gonna fire a firebolt at him.
Well, it does impact, but it just kind of does that thing where it spreads out and it's very ineffective.
Okay, not my best firebolt.
It tilts its
Fly a
head.
little bit. That's
Staying 20
my
feet
turn.
up? Okay. This one is confused. Were you not going to use your arm?
I'm testing your defenses first.
Ah, testing limits. Understandable. Allow me to also test defenses.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna get slated.
It points a finger at you, and the crystals glow. Oh, that's familiar. 3 magic missile darts come at you.
Ah, great. I don't have a way to stop that, so here we go.
8 points of damage. You are sturdier than thought. Is that because of your armor?
Not really. Just old. Alright, but if you really want to test my fist, I'm gonna just fly almost directly over him and launch it down.
Alright.
Then let's have some fun.
The first one hits. It impacts pretty hard. He kind of stumbles back a little. And as the battle fist comes back and you start to launch the second one, can I have you roll again?
I've been given disadvantage.
As it says, "Ooh, please redirect fist to miss." How? Yeah, the 10 damage still goes through.
You think you want to be done? I don't want to scrap you.
Lux believes one more should be sufficient. But it does pull its hands back, and it unleashes a wave of force. As it impacts you, you take 13 points of force damage. You should stop getting hurt. Please and thank you.
Fortunately, I think it's time to end this. A bap. That it.
You impact him the first time, knocking him back a little. And then the second one comes in and... Yep, no, that's... He's down. He falls. Just... How? Interesting. I wonder if he should have swapped back to warrior mode, or maybe... that one... Luke, sorry, you alright? Please, don't be too...
I wasn't trying to scrap him, but he's probably got a few chips in him.
A few chips here and there, but it's fine. I can just do this, and he casts Mending. Takes a whole minute, but he starts putting the pieces kind of together and melding the magic. Just, thank you. Ouchie, that hurt.
Sorry about that, big guy.
For a young warforged, you've certainly got quite a tongue on you there.
This one tries. I have read few books.
Many few books.
They were delicious. Yep, that is still not how you absorb information after reading a book. But, that's fine.
Don't worry about it, I think it's rather endearing.
Yes, it is, but it also is a bit frustrating when you run out of books. And, he almost eats spell books. Those are mine, and they should not be destroyed. While this is all going on in there, the heck were you all doing out there?
I'm just looking out the window. Maybe writing a couple things down.
Chillin', being edgy by the window?
Damn it! Stole my joke!
Being edgy, aggressive grandma in the corner.
Yeah?
Fuck, we have 2 edgelords!
I'm enjoying the shit-talking robot, okay?
If Oleander could pick up on if anyone wanted him to sit around them, he would. However, I doubt that he is able to.
Dune is just checking up on the well-being of the people and making sure they're doing okay. Besides, the whole no soul thing.
You could always take more of the corruption from them.
I don't have the energy to do that right now.
What are you talking about? You could put the mask on. That's all you need. Anything past that's extra, didn't you realize that?
Wouldn't I just be drawing it into myself?
Only if you don't focus really, really hard and, aren't...
So you're saying I don't need to use my normal magic in order to do this?
Did you think my gift is that weak? Come on. Anything extra, it's just... He waves his fingers. Extra.
I mean...
It might help, it might hinder, who knows? I don't.
Well, I don't quite see a point of doing it now. As long as there's no soul in order to take residence, how corrupted or not they are, it doesn't seem to matter.
Well, fair, but that one points to the human. probably could survive a little bit since, you touched it earlier and weren't able to focus as well. That one kind of looks like it could turn at any minute. Points at the tiefling.
I look it over. I look the tiefling over, and can I insight to see if he's bullshitting me?
Sure, roll insight. He feels like he's being truthful on this, based on the corruption on the woman in front of you and the tiefling woman on the other side of the table. Definitely looks like hers is further along than the human girl's.
And you say that all I need is the mask?
Yes.
Dang. I was about to say, is Dune mumbling this out loud? Like everyone else, if anyone else was near her.
Quietly, yes.
If I stayed towards the edge of the room as I heard Dune whispering to herself, do you think it would be fair for me to just, whoop, step in the light?
She's talking to herself, you both would hear. Everyone in the other room, too much going on in there, you wouldn't notice this going on.
Is he gurking?
Yeah, because of Gerkin. You're gurking out, man!
Too busy gurking off.
You're too busy gurking! There, you are able to avoid the detection of both of them, slipping through the shadows. And, yeah.
If would just gently step forward and, set the tip of the dagger into the table that I picked up earlier. Dune?
Yes? Yes, fair?
What's going on?
What do you mean?
You're talking to yourself.
Oh, I must have been mumbling out loud.
Ask her what this dagger is. This is so interesting.
Considering how crappy I am being solved, I was gonna see where you can probably see my eyes darting off to the side into the space next to you. Every now and then.
Talking to someone, Dune?
No, I was just talking out loud.
Uh-huh.
Just checking up on the people here.
Look at me. Not to what's beside me.
Because you said that guy, he goes directly behind you. He's doing the hand stuff. I'm sorry, I have to do it. Continue on.
Can I make a wisdom saving throw to not almost laugh at that?
More.
Honestly, not talking to anyone. There's no need to worry.
Fear would flip the dagger in their hand. No need to worry.
That's what I said.
I feel you take me for an idiot. I heard you mumbling about the mask.
Oh, jeez. Is it because of the ears? Ask her if it's because of the ears. It's gotta be because of the ears. Can you hear me? Hello! Dang.
Damn. I was never really that good of a liar to begin with.
You're really not.
Sure you are.
I shoot a dirty look into Renewer.
Well, I mean, you could lie if you want to.
Yeah, well, I don't see how lying right now will do me any good, would it?
I mean, talking to yourself isn't that good either.
You shut up. Here. So remember that dream I mentioned? Well, it wasn't that much of a dream as it was.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, jeebus.
Is that Dune?
You only take 6 points of psychic damage.
Dune would hold the side of her head as if she had a headache. It's not so much a dream as a bit real. Anyway, I was being talked to by the Renewer.
Make another wisdom save. As you're this one, he's just like, you should really be careful with what you say. Consequences, remember, consequences!
I look back at the Renewer, and I give him a look of, what in the hell?
I told you, certain things we can say and certain things we can't say, and because you're bound by a, I'm trying to make sure you don't hurt yourself. It's not, well, okay, I'm trying to make sure you don't say too much. I'm not the one causing that. I got hurt the last time I tried to say things to you as well.
But in the future, please give me a list of things that I can and can't say.
That's a very difficult thing.
Apparently some things are hard to say for unknown reasons that... Excuse me, my head is fucking killing me. Long story short, I may be able to improve their conditions a little bit more. The tiefling, if they take any more corruption, they will end up turning back. I can use the mask to help, but then of course that gives the whole risk of the mask. I want you to try it. If I get out of hand, shoot me.
Veer presses the dagger up against your neck.
What are you doing, Veer?
I have seen this happen far too many times. If you get out of hand, if I see so much as a quiver of you possibly doing anything that would in the long term hurt us, I will not hesitate. I've had to do it once before. Or I've had to kill somebody in a state like this.
Fair enough.
I'm not afraid to do it again. Got it?
Fair enough. Did you
Keep your mask form under control, and we don't have a problem. Neither do I don't have a problem with you either, figures standing around.
I look over to Renewer. Does he respond to that?
He's just kind of like shrugging, just like, I mean, like, that makes sense. That's completely logical and a
If I
valid
find out
point.
you're anything like the Spider Queen, I will hunt you down myself as well.
Oh,
She's looking off into the space where Dude looks.
gods, no, well, I'm not a god, so don't have to worry about that one.
He doesn't claim to be a god, and he says don't worry, and he agrees with you about the whole keeping things under control thing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I am going...
I mean,
I'm going to
This
say
is a-
that I still think keeping these two alive is a terrible thing and a disrespect on the dead.
oh darn, she's walking off. I was about to say, if she wanted to try and help, you could ask if she would be willing to, I don't know, hold your hand or something like that. I mean, possibly acting as a conduit to possibly intake some of the corruption if things go badly.
Veer,
Possibly.
apparently there's a way you could help make sure things are a bit more stable.
I'm assuming. Lead with that, I'm assuming. It might work,
He's
it might not
assuming that
work.
if you hold my hand, it might balance things out.
Holding your hand?
I mean, she could technically put a hand somewhere else, but I wanted to make you say that.
Veer, Dune shoots a very dirty look over at the Renewer and looks back at Veer and just.
Oh, come on.
She looks back at Veer and just blushes.
Come on, sweet cheeks.
Don't wheels about.
Oleander, are you hearing this?
He's.
You did it earlier. I wanted to make a little joke. Is it so bad to make a joke? I will go to the corner. Call me if you need me.
Hit the corner.
Jeez.
Mischievous little devil.
Not the devil. Correct yourself.
Children.
Better.
Sudden bird.
Oleander stands up and starts to walk over, holding his gun.
Yes,
You.
yes, I get the picture. If things go wrong, she'll stab me and you'll shoot me. Yes, very well.
That's not exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say that I've already held back shooting you twice before now. No one seemed to notice.
Author's note. Every time that Dune has put on the mask before and combat has ended, I have messaged Richard that if anyone is looking at me, I'm pointing my gun
I
at
can
Dune.
confirm this.
That's hilarious. I'm just going to grab
Oleander
the other...
puts his hand on Dune's shoulder.
No matter what they say, don't listen. No matter how flowery their language, no matter how many mostly truths they tell you, it will always end badly.
He's not lying about the tiefling being about to turn.
Oh, I'm sure he's not. That's how it happens.
I've got to do something. I can't just do nothing. So, aim true, Oleander. You might need to. And I reach in my bag and I put on the mask.
Okay.
Okay, Oleander fires.
Oh!
What?
We hear this, right?
Oh my god.
This is Oleander's
Oh!
gun. This is the only thing that makes that noise.
Oh, we're doing this! Okay.
Yo!
Oh my god.
What? Okay!
Goodness.
Yeah.
Okay!
I love it fighting so much.
Oh my god, we'll play this out.
I feel like Vir would. Vir doesn't agree with shooting her outright. That's just Dex.
Oleander, right as you're about to fire, Vir quickly throws the dagger into the side of the gun, knocking it from your hand to the ground right next to you.
What the hell?
Yes, Vir? She was about to make a mistake.
We don't know necessarily that she's making a mistake.
So, in no clear certain terms, while I still have my wits about me, trying to do something to help someone, you think it's a good idea to level your weapon at me and attempt to kill me without even seeing things through?
Oleander looks back at Dune.
They tell you what will happen. Yes, you could make it where there is no more corruption. What they don't tell you is the next stage where it is then in you and you kill them.
Yes, granted there's a risk. They were quite straightforward about that. But there's still a possibility.
I'd say at this point, like, the others would be able to start hearing
Are
the
we-
screaming and
Yeah, okay. I was just gonna
shouting,
ask, like,
loud voices.
I will say, now
wanna check
Dune's
out
on
that
her guard.
Aishah?
Now Dune's on her guard. She has a hand resting on the hilt of her mace.
We'll just wave to Gerkin and just go around the
You
door.
handle that. We'll talk. Me and Maureen will talk shop. You call me if you need me. Unless you want to check on
Oleander?
Maureen.
Oleander, you don't get to.
May I ask what the hell is going on out here?
No!
Okay, I won't ask. I'm demanding. What the hell is going on out here?
Oleander's jumping the fucking gun! Or jumping
Why
quick
is that
on
a
the
saying
draw.
before the gun existed?
And not letting Dune make her own fucking decisions.
To be fair, she's not.
She is.
Who?
No. This is how they get you. It is making the decision. And it's making it in a way where Dune thinks that she's making the decision.
I am hurt?
Is Dune talking to the corruption now, all of a sudden?
Talking to the little friend that she's the only one that can see.
Is there
That she
any way
had a
you
dream
can?
about?
Is there any way you could show yourself? It would make things a lot simpler.
Oh, that is such the beginning of a downfall of a
No, I cannot.
mad wizard.
Marvelous.
A crazy archmagus. Someone who ends up behind bars. Dune, what the hell are you thinking?
There's nothing I could say to help the situation, so I will merely just say nothing and walk away.
That actually.
I'm not looking for you to help the situation. I'm looking for you to explain it, Missy.
And what? And so what if I do? Well, I would magically get your approval.
What would have happened if I came out here and I found your head splattered against the floor because Oleander had decided that you were beyond safe?
Well, then you would find.
I would have sided with
Then you would have
Oleander.
found that you have one less problem, as each of you keeps reminding me that I am.
I don't think you're a problem, Dune. I think you've been given something out of your own control, without your own consent to it, and you need to learn to control it!
Or at the very least, tell us what's going on.
Then how can I control it when every single time I try to learn to do so, I have a gun leveled at my head? Or, failing that, someone reprimanding me for trying? Yes! Yes!
Is that true, Oleander?
Yes, I know the mask is risky. Yes, this is a shitty situation. But if we don't try, we learn nothing. And what could be learned could help us out to survive this in the long run. Could save lives, could save their lives, could save any of your lives. What if this—
What about yours? What about your life, Dune?
I made a promise to never let someone get hurt if I could do something to prevent it. I failed once before, I'm not going to fail again! I've already lost people that are important to me! I've lost my home! My children! To people who are blind and short-sighted and think that they know better than anyone else around them! I will not do that again! Not while there's breath in my body and the skills that I could possibly do to help them!
You're not alone in that being a reasoning, you know.
I don't want to hear anything from you, Oleander. You trigger-happy bastard.
I pick up the dagger and I throw it at Dune. You need to stop thinking about your own failures and think about what you can do now and how you can do the most of it.
Yes, I'm trying to think of what I could do now. What I could do now is try to learn how to control the power that I've been given in order to help everyone here.
Dune.
Dune's face right now is just twisted
I
in a
put the
mixture
mask
of...
on.
What?
Didn't you put the mask on?
I was going to, but then Oleander tried to
Okay,
shoot me.
okay.
Right now Dune's face is just a mixture of pain and anger.
Your shove, sir. Dune. Dune, look at me. Look at me, Dune.
I'm looking at you.
I am what happens if you go through this. All of your loss, all of your pain, and not deal with yourself in the meantime. You are sacrificing yourself and not thinking about how it will affect you in the long term. So stop it. Okay? Because I don't want to have another young, hopeful murder on my hands.
Dune, at her limit, would just fall to her knees and start crying. And I mean, like, ugly crying. Like... Everything feels wrong. I'm trying to maintain some semblance of hope. But... just... I don't know what to do.
Vir'Thyra,
Aishah?
may I talk to her for a moment? I don't want to interrupt whatever's going on here.
They would just pick up the dagger and kind of set it, like, in front of Dune's knees. There it goes.
Dune,
Silence.
when I said earlier that you need to not waste your spells upon me, I did not say that out of some sort of self-sacrificial mentality. I said that because I myself, and Vir'Thyra, and as it seems even Oleander, all of us have learned that the best way to survive is to look out for ourselves first. It's a horrible thing that such a necessity comes upon people. That the world can't simply work in ways that allow us to be kind to each other. I myself have forgone being kind in favor of just telling people the cold, hard truth. Because I believe sometimes, even if you aren't ready to hear something, it is unfair for the world to not tell you it. And I try to combat that. You are far too selfless.
Sounds like you're trying to say I'm selfless to the point of being selfish.
Maybe. She looks over at Oleander. I think some fear that you could be a threat to them, yes. But I think more importantly, you are a threat to yourself. What you do with that knowledge is none of my business, of course. After all, we aren't exactly together because we want to be. But if we are going to be together as a team, then we need to learn to stop doing things which will get each other killed. And more importantly, not doing things that will get you killed. Stand strong so that you may stand amongst others. Once you are strong on your own, then worry about those who do not have the strength to go on. But if you start giving away your strength when you don't have any to give, well, I think here more than anywhere in the world, you'll find that it'll slowly eat you away into nothing.
And what if you already feel like you're nothing? That there's not much left of who you once were? What then?
You keep going or you don't. There's no other choice, really.
She just kind of keeps her head bowed, but looking thoughtful. And she's just silent.
If you're wondering if I think you should like it, I don't, by the way. I just think knowledge is power, and knowing what you're up against can help you cheat the system.
That makes sense. I'm trying to learn, gain information, gauge my own abilities, but becoming harder to do so.
I don't think that's a bad idea. I just think some people, again, she looks over at Fyraga and Oleander. Some people here have scars that cut much deeper than their surface may give way to. If you just go around pushing every button that you see, trying to figure out what may happen, well, it might.
I know what may happen, but at the time, I figured it was worth the risk. If I can pull corruption out of people,
Maybe you were right.
Dissipate it.
I'm not saying you were wrong.
It raises all of our chances of survival.
I'm saying your impulse was wrong. Just like I think Oleander's impulse was wrong. And, to an extent, Vir'Thyra's and most likely my own. We all make mistakes. That does not matter. A mistake does not define you. I may think one choice of yours is idiotic. Does that make you an idiot? No. It makes the choice idiotic. Separate yourself from your choices and you will see that they're far easier to process.
Thank you, Aishah.
And she'll start walking away.
Dune is one of the more emotionally intense
yeah.
characters I've played, and I'm loving it.
This whole scene's been amazing.
It's very, very fun.
He would just approach Oleander.
May I pick up the Lily of the Valley?
Are you going to shoot Dune?
That's unlikely.
Okay, good. Then yes.
He picks it up, polishes it a little.
Do you know why I threw my dagger there?
Yes.
Do you understand why?
Yes.
Because it seems like whatever, she gestures to his entire body, happened with you is coloring how you're interacting with Dune and how you're approaching what she has, whatever the fuck is going on with her.
Yes.
And I don't want to pry, and I don't want to burden you with telling me whatever happened, but you seem like you have an experience like this.
Yes, I could say that.
I don't know if I'm allowed to touch you or anything. You're very withdrawn, so
So long as you're slow, if you start to cross a boundary, I will tell you.
she just gently placed a hand on his shoulder. We have to be a team. And that means, yes, stopping our teammates when they're about to do stupid things, but also trusting that they have some sort of insight into what they're doing. If I go jumping off a bridge, you don't immediately think, oh, well, I'm gonna go jump off a bridge too, right? If Dune is saying, I'm going to try to, learn to, hone this new power, our instinct shouldn't be, she's going to kill us all. It should be, we need to help her learn to manage it. Because it could be our saving grace here.
Oleander looks down at the Lily of the Valley, then looks back up at Fyraga.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
You don't have to agree with her on actually taking up whatever this little imp guy she's talking to is saying. I don't trust him either. He blatantly reminds me kind of what the Spider Queen does. But if Dune trusts him at least a little bit, I'm not going to jump to the conclusion of she's going to turn into a spider.
Oleander nods.
Thank you. Here.
Am I allowed to hug you?
Well, Sure.
You can say no if it's too uncomfortable.
Oh, no, I'm just not used to...
Physical contact?
Yes, that.
What?
Never got that much.
You have to do with me and my family was very touchy.
Noted. If this is a common custom that you have...
Oh
then...
no, my family was weird?
Oh, I see. Well, mine was too, I suppose. So...
She'd hug him very shortly, but still hug him.
He would be very stiff, but one hand pat back kind of hug.
Oh, here we go. Christian side pat.
Yes, I got the Christian side pat.
Oh, and for clarification, I'm thanking you both for this talk and for hitting the valley out of my hands.
I think if possible, it might help if you apologize to Dune.
I was about to say.
Okay, good.
So then I'll walk by and Aishah's gonna see them just awkward hug and just be like,
Oleander waits specifically for Aishah to be done before very slowly.
Oleander.
Yes.
I don't think you're out of my old gaze either.
Isn't everything you look
Are
at
you-
on your old gate? Because
Oh, whatever. I probably don't need to have. I probably don't have to say this to you. But you are aware that what you did was a mistake, yes?
yes.
Right. Good to know that I can trust Vir'Thyra to do the job as well.
She's very lovely.
I gathered as much. Especially after seeing her get right to the point.
Yes, she did.
She's just gonna say without, like, making sure Vera's paying attention. She's just gonna say out loud. Dune's better.
Good.
I can't say that she's not going to try something stupid again.
Oh, she will.
But
Maybe she'll understand that we have.
I feel like this has been a very important insight. I'll be honest, she says putting her hands into her pockets. I didn't think anyone else here really cared about being a functioning team until now. Most groups I've been with in the past talk about this thing before going on any sort of adventure. Although there appears to be a lot of impulse around here.
Where I've come from, you kind of have to work with what you're given.
In my neck of the woods, working with anyone is a liability. I usually prefer not to. But some tasks cannot be tackled by a single person.
No, they can't.
You didn't have a very good life before coming here, did you?
I was born into the lowest caste. No. Well, speaking relatively, I had a wonderful life. Stable home, lovely parents. Everything was fine. Oh, we even had a home that we owned. But I gave that away so that they could keep it. I saved them, and I don't even know if they know.
That's rife with irony.
Comparing me to Dune?
Yes, how did you know?
Because I know where she's going, and if she continues to, get to place herself. Though I must admit, the reason that I can't go back to the life I had is because, wanted for murder.
It is nice to not have baggage on one's head anymore. But I can't say that I get the whole thing that she's coming from.
I can't say I do either.
I understand it. Emotionally, I can plot it down on a piece of parchment, but I suppose I just don't get people who don't value their own lives.
Typically, they have something else going for them. Something else they find here.
Suppose that must be nice.
Perhaps we should find you something like that.
Did you have something else that you cared for before coming here?
In a sense. I mostly just watched out for my family. Even if I had to stay away.
What's it like having something to protect? I'm curious.
Awful. It pulls at your heartstrings every day. Not knowing if they'll survive till next week. Wondering if they're going to be recruited into a cult. And I say that casually because it is fairly casual where I come from. People find it weird.
I suppose I just find it fascinating coming from the perspective of someone who should not even exist.
Yeah?
Tell me, have you ever seen someone like me?
Not to my recollection? No.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
And it's why I value my life above all else. Call it what you want. Selfishness. Some even call it evil, I suppose. I mean, it's the only thing I've ever really known. You tell me if I'm getting too personal.
I love you personal. I don't really mind. Only if you mind it, will I mind.
I guess you could say I'm doing something quite akin to Dune. Being stupid and trying to trust someone. We'll see if it blows up in my face or not. Just like her and her little... whatever.
Like her and whatever then.
Oleander is looking at Dune, kind of in a way of like asking permission to come closer.
Is Oleander holding Lily of the Valley?
When he's doing, he's like starting to set it aside. He's kind of like, you know, I'll put it down if I can come closer, kind of thing.
Trying to decide whether or not you should shoot me.
Oh, no. I'm what? May I come closer?
She just kind of shrugs.
Oleander sets down the Lily of the Valley, opens his cloak a bit, takes out Tulip, sets that on the table too. Very slowly, not very slowly, but methodically, starts taking off one of his gloves. Slowly pulls it off.
No. What?
You see his hand. It's very nice and smooth and very pink. Not normal skin pink.
Like pink?
You need more.
Pink. To which he slides out his secret third gun and sets that on the table as well.
No one expects the secret third gun.
I can't resist making the yo, is that part severed string joke. I have to.
And he comes a bit closer and sits down.
No, to take the dagger away from you. That thing is bad. Bad mojo.
I look at, Renua wants you to grab the dagger.
He's got gloves on. That should be fine, right?
Oleander stands up again and then is going to move it with like the tips of his feet. And kind of cast it a bit that way.
I glance over at the renewer when he does this. It's just like kind of a look of half not caring, half done with all this shit.
He definitely looks relieved when it's further away.
He then sits back down.
I would like to start by apologizing. I'm sorry that I was very quick. And I would like to elaborate on some of my thoughts, if that is all right.
She just kind of just gives you like a that slight little head nod. It's like, I'm still upset with you, but I will listen. Kind of deals.
I do not want to shoot you. It is... this is a good way to... I found the words. Common is hard when I'm emotional. When one's bond with a greater being takes the form of a mask, it's a sign that there is some kind of untrustworthiness, something to hide. It could simply be that they want to be secretive. But in some cases, it's not. Shadows are also a bad omen in most cases. As such, in my eyes, I did not pull my gun on you, I pulled it on it. I do now realize that I should have been a little slower.
You get a little bit of a look of, no, you don't say. But,
I simply did not want the worst case scenario. I thought you were being manipulated. Which, I will say, I'm not still sure that you're not, for full transparency.
my thoughts are my own.
They have a very good way of making you think that. And it could be true. I hope it's true. I just don't want it to be not. And in most cases, you don't know until it's too late. So, in conclusion, my thoughts are, I apologize. I fully trust you. I don't fully trust it.
The renewer says it's perfectly reasonable not to trust them. Especially since you can't even see them.
Oleander nods.
Also, thank you. I was panicking whether or not you were going to calm down any. Back to being quiet now.
I understand your logic, Oleander. It's just, I'm frustrated. I thought when I set out on my own that I could stop feeling so helpless and actually take action for once, but so far I've been nothing but. It's aggravating. Did I ever... I don't think I've ever told you. Do you want to know why I'm traveling? Originally, before I wound up here.
If you feel comfortable telling me, I will listen. It will let me understand you more.
I was looking for the men who burned my orphanage to the ground. Find them, pay them in kind. So no one has to suffer like that again.
We are very similar. Well, I want to help you get that. I want to make sure that no one suffers like they have in either of our pasts. And without going into too much detail, you reminded me of what it was like right before my version of an orphanage burning down. I hope you now understand why I acted a bit rashly.
I see. Your hands.
Hmm?
You might want to get some more sun.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
He puts his hand away, kind of in his cloak.
Sun isn't exactly... My skin doesn't tend to change based on the sun.
What's it like where you're from?
Up high in the mountains. Very white. Very white and gold. We have a very rich culture. Everything has meanings. There's a word for everything. It's quite complicated to learn, actually. And from the sounds of it, it's been a long time since I've been out there. Perhaps it's different than last time I saw it. I hope it is.
One can only hope to find things better than when we left them. But I believe that sometimes, if you want something to be better than how you found it, you should be the one to change it. Think about that, okay?
I will. Though, I don't think it's my place to change anymore.
Only time will tell.
I suppose it will. I hope we've come to a bit more of an understanding.
Yes, just don't try to shoot me again unless it's absolutely clear what's going on. Because I won't take it lightly, you know. I'm not going to let myself be killed.
I will hesitate. But if I do see that it's too far gone, is it alright if
If I'm too far gone, no hope of fixing it, then of course do what you must.
Thank you.
Oleander kind of starts to get up and says,
And I hope I never need set one aside for you.
Thank you for talking to me, Oleander.
You're welcome.
and he picks up his guns again, hides the one, puts his glove back on, and then walks back over to the chair that he was sitting at.
God!
Yo.
Wow! You see, like, Lux is already walking over and just, oh! Looks down at his hand, then back at the door, then back to his hand, then back to the door. It appears that
all right,
I
Lux.
have opened the door with magic.
No,
You're
I
the
should
world's
just open the
greatest
door. She's
showman.
impatient.
I didn't hear you. Where's Morin gone?
You want to talk to him?
Oh, don't tell me.
You see Gerkin pull at something on his finger. A ring appears in his other hand, and he hands it to you.
Okay. She'll hold out her hand and grab it.
Ooh,
You're
I
now
do,
wearing a ring of mind shielding.
I do not quite like your hands. They are very...
Yes, I'm sorry about my hands. I
How do you...
won't keep you on very long.
How do you deal with this? This feels weird.
Yeah, I can't quite remember what it feels like without it, if I'll be honest.
Understandable.
Yes, I'm sorry. I see that a way of transporting you out of this tower has been found. I just wanted to say I'm glad that it worked.
Oh, I as well. We collaborated together on this. It was a great success, if I do say so myself.
And I apologize for being so hasty with the dead. I did not know how much time we had in here. The nature of this place seems very volatile.
Very much so. With this having been done now, I do not know how much longer this place might hold. Seems to be fine for the moment, but better to be safe than sorry, you know?
Yes, do you happen to know how many floors there are above here?
It's the only floor I've ever known.
I see.
I mean, the other child that I sent out, number 1, went out through... Oh, right, I don't have hands. Okay, well, you see that door at the other side of this...
The one in this sparring room?
The testing center, yes. Yes, we sent him out that door. He never came back, so I assume that he either got out or something happened.
All right.
I assume that might be your way forward.
At least that means that Lux can come with us. That's good.
Yes, Lux would appreciate coming with.
It'll be nice to have you on the journey, Lux.
Thank you. Being alone sounds lonely.
She kind of tilts her head. True, I suppose. She'll be like, all right, I won't force you to endure this any much longer.
Oh, thank you.
Goodbye, Morin.
Goodbye again, Miss, Aishah.
She says as she takes the ring off and hands it back to Gerkin.
Gerkin will put it back on his normal hand, and then you see him rub it a bit, and it instantly turns invisible.
That's awesome. I fucking love... Oh my god, that's so good.
Anyway,
Now Gerkin has a real voice in his head.
True!
Yes, I quite do, and no other voices,
differentiate
because
it
I am
from
now
the-
can no longer have anyone I do not want to telepathically communicate with me, period.
That's very nice.
Probably start getting ready to go. I've got everything
Yes.
I need here.
After calming down after what just happened, Dune's going to strike her best stern parent stance. And Renewer, I know you're still here.
Well, of course, it's kind of hard to, leave. I mean, not really hard. Technically, I just have to sort of not be focusing on you. It's weird, it's complicated.
So,
Mm-hmm.
what did we learn from what just happened?
That you need to be a bit more vague so you don't get the pain in the head?
No. Well, that, and you need to be a little less shady.
I can't help it. I'm having to be just as vague as you are within specific parameters as to not cause both of us harm.
Listen, until they at least see you, they are going to assume that you are
That's physically
not working in their
impossible.
interests.
That's physically impossible for me to do that. I can only appear in front of special individuals such as yourself that have a connection to me, or have a form of, well, ability to perceive things such as myself.
Kai insight.
Yeah, definitely seems to be telling the truth on this. And a little bit frustrated, because he knows how, like, based on the way he's talking, it feels like, yeah, no, you're right. It would be so much easier if they could see me. And he's annoyed that he can't do that.
Alright, I believe you. But you
Thank
have
you.
to find a way to make yourself known. I don't expect you to do it right away, but I do expect you to try.
I mean, there might be some way, possibly, but that wouldn't be a me thing. That would be a more of a, our connection gets stronger and whatnot, and I can give you more power. And maybe that would help, but that would, that's time consuming, and, the rules and regulations, and I really don't want you to get hurt.
And I really don't want a gun in my face again either.
Yeah, which is why I was like, oh yeah, you should have, maybe that nice...
But the bottom line is, if we are to get anything done, we're going to need to be traveling with them, and we are going to need them to trust us.
Yeah, that's... Which, like I was saying earlier, which good on them to calm you down. You need to keep your emotions in check.
I'm not the one with the emotion problem. I'm not the one sticking guns in people's faces.
Yes, you are.
He explained his reasoning, but...
No. You don't understand, and I said this before. Two sides of the same coin. Light, dark, anger, happy, Keep emotions in check. too angry bad.
I
Lose
know
control.
you're right and I hate it. In the meantime, try to think of a way. And I'll try to be a bit more careful.
Good. You can at least say that we believe that if they help, sort of act as conduits as you do the thing, it might lessen the strain on you and possibly transfer any sort of secondary effects, such as what happened to you when you were touching the one lady, to them instead.
Tempers and tensions are high right now, so probably not the best time to bring it up, but...
Yes, but for future, just so you have it in the noggin and you don't accidentally mess it up.
I was about to say... Next time I have to do something, I will be sure to bring it up.
Good. Oh, and...
But we are on the same page.
Also, at
Yeah?
least I will do my best to make sure you don't die. So don't... I mean, still worry, be conscious of stuff, but I will do my best to make sure you don't die. I mean, after all, I kind of very much enjoy all of you people. The people, help and whatnot. Those other people are nice too.
Alright.
You're the only one I can help right now. With that, I have to go. It's starting to get a little bit of a strain.
Yeah, that's alright. Thank you for speaking with me.
Luke's had been walking over and just kind of stares at you and just points at the bodies. Do you need me to carry?
Oh, yeah, that would be helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, that would be very helpful.
Yes, that'd be greatly helpful.
Very good.
Not giving up
Shifting
on
to-
them
Please
quite
do
yet.
try to keep them safe. If they start attacking you, just restrain them for a bit.
Keep the tiefling away from any... Keep the tiefling away from any form of corruption. He's on the brink.
Noted. I will attempt my
Thank you
best.
very much.
Shifting to warrior mode.
Yeah, Oleander. Are you two ready to proceed?
Yes, I gave Vir'Thyra a stern talking to.
Your name is not Vir or Oleander, is it?
I misheard.
Are we sure you don't need a nap?
Well, I most certainly
Yes,
do.
I
I'm
think
too
I'm
old for
alright.
this. Let's get moving.
I'm okay.
A nap would be lovely right now, but now's not the time.
Let's see. Is this the door you're talking about?
Yes, this
That's
is...
locked.
Oh, I mean, give it a moment probably. I mean, since you're bringing other people and whatnot, it probably... The moment the other two get brought through the door behind locks and that door unlocks.
Through the
think we're
door.
all going.
Let's go.
Through the door.
Oh, are we
We're out?
out?
Do we leave the tower?
So as
So
you
it
all walk out, you would start to see this tower start to kind of shudder,
Oh.
and it starts to sink back down into the ground.
Like all the way? Did we see the top going past?
You do see a top pass by, yes.
Can I see if there's anything on top of it real quick?
Is there fucking rumbling?
Yes, there is the typical
Yikes!
Jeez. No, but can I legitimately want to look and see if there's anything on top of it.
Yeah, make a quick perception check. Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
nothing on top. Yeah, Aishah, yeah, you see the dagger just right there.
Well, we're not heading to the volcano anytime soon. That's view
I was
across
just
the
gonna
mountain range.
approach the dagger. And look back to everyone. Does anyone have a spade?
No, but be careful. That thing's bad juju.
Yes, and so are...
A
Oh,
spade?
never mind. Yes, something to dig a hole so we can bury this
A
thing.
shovel? I don't have a shovel, but
I don't think there's one in my explorer's pack.
Well, I don't want anything particularly unsavory picking this up like those rats. I suppose we can take it back as long as someone's careful with it.
What is it, magic or something? I wasn't paying attention.
Apparently. I got the vibe that it was cursed from the interaction that these three had. Am I incorrect?
I don't know.
Yeah, hand it to me. Well, I'll investigate it while we walk.
I will say to renew it, as much as you guys don't trust him, the renewer was also pretty freaked out by that dagger.
Don't let her touch it.
I'll look it over while we talk. Just get it here.
He especially doesn't want me to touch it.
Alright, I'm just gonna pick up the dagger and bring it over to Gerk.
I'm gonna. As we start, I assume we're still going this way.
Might as well.
We have a rendezvous to keep.
We don't know how long it's been.
Yes, I think it would be easier to get back there anyway. It's not that much further,
So as
and Eric is
I
waiting for
start
us.
roughly heading that direction, Gerkin's gonna start ritual casting Identify.
Every time you start to like the ritual, you get kind of lagging behind. The guy picks you up and just puts you on his shoulders, adding you to the collective he's carrying.
I'm going to do a little bit of experimentation with the mask power and try to draw out my own corruption. Feel free to stop me if you think it's a bad idea. I'm trying to
I
communicate.
don't think it's a bad idea. I just have a
Vir-
query.
6 to 1, it's gonna transfer to someone else.
Yeah, I'm just wondering
None of us
if
are
it
on
will
death's
become
door.
worse.
I don't think it's a bad idea. However, I think it might be a poor time. So perhaps once we've gotten some rest, we can try that.
It seems like it only has a chance to hurt you, Mordoon. We can try it at Eric's.
If we try it,
does
I
that
we should
say?
also try it in the morning, because then I will at least have
I'd
spell
rather
slots.
do it out in the open and not risk anyone
That's true.
unnecessarily.
I think I agree with Vir. Let's try it in the morning when our mana resources have.
I agree. That's probably the best
Return
time
to
to.
us.
That way you have lesser restoration, I have lesser restoration.
I have it as well.
Gerkin?
Note when the bodies are tied up. Oleander takes some flowers and then puts them into their shirts.
What do the foothills look like from here? Do they look traversable?
They do. They're not mountains, but it might make it harder to notice anything that's sneaky, such as a prowler or maybe some of the smaller poppies.
I was thinking I should probably try it on one of the companions. Looks over at the bodies. Might be a bit safer.
How are you going to judge whether or not it worked?
Well, if it worked, the growths on them should fall off.
Alright.
One of you touch my shoulder, I guess. The rest of you keep your weapons
Touch
on
your
me.
shoulder.
Yes. The renewal mentioned that if someone holds onto me, they could serve as a conduit and lessen the risk.
That sounds like fancy words for we'd be likely to take on the burden instead of you. But okay. I don't feel like being an experiment. Someone else do it.
You don't feel like doing anything nice for others ever, so... Here, we'll put a hand...
Has a chance to kill me, I'm not going to do it. Is there a problem with that?
Here, would just roll her eyes, but nobody can tell that she's rolling her eyes.
Lack of pupils.
Dune will crouch next to the tiefling. Alright. She'll reach into her bag and try to pull out the mask.
Kind of clenching tightly, just the anger kind of surging a little, and just like you said, let's just
come
fucking
on!
get this done.
Come
And
on!
you definitely start to feel some of it getting forcibly pulled out, and it definitely looks like it's hurting the body a little. I need both you and Oleander to go up 1 point of corruption.
Give it up for the first point of corruption for Oleander.
Ding, ding.
Woo!
You did.
Ding 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 ding
Ding
ding.
ding 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 ding.
Winner, winner, winner.
Come on, come on!
Dune, I think that's enough.
What do you mean it's enough?
Dune,
We're not
she's
finished
missing
yet.
a piece of skin. That's enough.
Am I able to willingly disengage?
I'd say yeah. Especially since Oleander's got a hand on your shoulder right now.
I looked. What do you mean? What? I kind of fling myself back,
The mask
try to.
falls off. Oh, there's flesh kind of stuck to your hand.
The connection was all wrong. It didn't feel the same as before.
You were a little bit too angry.
Okay. Maybe we don't trust whatever the hell this thing is telling you, yes? Yes.
It was working. It's just I couldn't control it as well this time.
It was working, yes, and it put both you and Ollie at risk.
Here, come here.
Maybe in a pinch, but I don't think that's something we should ever do.
I think it can be done. Perhaps easier if I get more control over it, but
I
it's
think
risky.
Dune-
It should only be done in the most dire circumstances.
I'm gonna walk up to Dune and I'm gonna slap a lesser restoration on her, so try to get rid of level 5.
Oleander is wrapping up the arm of the person
Oleander,
because he's a doctor.
Exactly how
You
it
know
was.
exactly what was lost.
God.
do you need a lesser res?
Here, I'll take care of it. It's my fault. And I'm going to cast Less Restoration on Oleander.
When you start to try to do that, make a wisdom save.
Oh my
Of
god.
course, you fucking...
Uh-oh.
Try to move your hand, and you can't. Bad idea right now. It seems like your patron is trying to stop you.
Come on.
No, bad. You just lost control. That is an accident waiting to happen. Let someone else do it. Trust them.
Actually, Vir, it might be a bad idea for me to attempt to do it.
Why is it a bad idea for you to use your magic?
Well, I'd be dealing with corruption, and considering I just lost control of the mask.
Okay.
There's
Great.
not much corruption. We can deal with it when we get back.
That and Renewer's not letting me move my arms, so there's that.
After a moment, you can move your
Come
arm
again? What did you just say, Dune?
Renewer wouldn't let me move my arm and told me it was a bad idea considering I just lost control of the mask. Which I agree.
Hold on. You're telling me that this being is one, not only blaming the outbursts and chaotic energy on you, but denying your right to choose what actions you take?
More of a suggestion, but
They have the mentality of a child, and they're just trying to keep me alive.
Sure,
But I happen to agree
you want to believe that.
it may be a bad idea now that I think about it.
It probably is a bad idea. That doesn't change what I'm saying.
No, you're...
If that being can just take control of you at any point,
This is new to me as well.
trust me, it was new to me as well. I'm a bit exhausted now.
anyone looking at Aishah would see the pins in the hands change heights. Like some of them come out further and some of them go in deeper. And then she focuses, brings her index and middle finger together with her thumb, and a crackle of red lightning will imbue Vir with a little bit of Aishah's ki to focus her.
You feel the energy crackling into you, this bolstering of ki from Aishah, and you pull this mote out from Oleander, and luckily, with that bolstering of ki, you're able to crush the moat just barely.
Surprisingly hard. I don't like that.
Thank you, Vir.
You're welcome. I don't know why that was so hard. I'm having a moment.
It was a very, very odd
It
sensation.
might have been
My
because I
brain didn't.
wasn't touching the skin.
Perhaps my thoughts were different. Which is very odd to say. It's like I was a slightly different person.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh. Odd.
I'm going to say rather weird things, all things considered.
Yes, this very weird.
Oh, it still felt like me.
As much as I'm fascinated by all of this, I don't have any interest in actually experiencing it myself.
I don't think you should.
I'd really prefer it if we could avoid you. It's not fun.
I'll do my best. It doesn't seem like corruption is something you can avoid forever here. Especially considering on our second expedition, I'm the only one who has yet to be touched by it.
You guys are traveling through the foothills. Gerkin, you're too preoccupied with talking to more, and it's so many ideas between the two of you. Vir and Aishah, oh man, that looks familiar.
Oh, yeah, we be haunted.
Very much so. Very much so. Sorry, I had to do it.
Very much so.
Yes, it is.
Right when I thought that joke was retired.
Never!
It never will.
What's the problem, Mr. Reddy? Haven't had enough of my smooth, soft, sultry voice.
God damn.
Yeah, I know you fucking think I'm hot.
Okay. Focusing again.